mean, it does cap you, but you still mow it over.
Yeah, it's at like 130 or something. I don't know. I can't think of anything they would
I don't know what you would touch in Crystal Tower at this point.
All right. So now we're finally getting to some cool stuff. I assume we want to watch the trailer for this, but they did debut the crossover trailer for Monster Hunter World, which we have confirmation will be a permanent addition to the game.
Yeah, so let's...
This is how you do crossovers, guys. They finally maybe learned.
All right, let's take a look at this trailer. And this is supposed to be up against, like, Rathalos, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's always my nemesis in the Monster Hunter games.
I just killed him yesterday.
So, does that pretty much confirm that we're going to get the little cat guy as a minion?
Yeah, Palico minion.
There's actually two minions, the Palico and the little pig that hangs out in the city.
Gotcha.
I'm pissed I can't name it.
I don't know why, but I actually like the cats from Monster Hunter, and
They're
I don't.
cool.
And
Because they don't talk, probably, right?
That's a big part of it.
They just meow.
I'm so glad that they kept all of his animations too. Like it looked like they plucked him out of Monster Hunter and put him in
the Final Fantasy.
Period. Yes.
Look, those are all the dude. This looks great.
Yep. He does the, and then he's gonna do the little flip thing where he hits you with the tail.
Oh, you better get hit with a nasty poison too.
Damn.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of cool mechanics about this too.
I can't believe that they added the jump on his back mechanic too.
Yeah.
That's got to be a quick time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be part of the fight. Yeah. That'll be a phase.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
And there's the gear.
Gear's not that bad.
The gear actually looks cool.
Hold up. hang on.
That gear is sick, bro.
Hold the phone. All right, we gotta get the gear. Let's actually take a look at this. I'm fairly impressed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm fairly impressed.
Gear actually looks fucking cool.
The long coat with the heavy plated arms on the male character model, I definitely dig it. I like the red with the black accents.
I like them both.
I like the greatsword. The greatsword looks pretty fantastic. And then moving over to the female model with the slightly maybe lighter armor skin.
Okay, so hold on. Is that a new greatsword? Because I was under the assumption that they only had armor that you could get from this.
No, if it's got an extreme mode, it's got
weapons too.
Yeah.
It's got weapons.
Yeah, that is a good looking weapon.
Mode.
That's a very good looking weapon.
This is how you do
so
it.
Here's the part that I'm the most excited about this is because when you go into this instance, you essentially it turns into Monster Hunter. There's no hate. There's a invisible hate table, so you can't tank it. I think you can only use items as curatives.
Really?
It's a bunch of stuff that essentially makes it Monster Hunter and not Final Fantasy. Because the same thing, they're doing the same thing for Behemoth and Monster Hunter, to where like there's a line to show hate.
Who has hate and stuff?
To show who has hate. His moves will appear like with the ring and stuff.
Oh, on the ground.
So yeah. They essentially are making it Final Fantasy in Monster Hunter, and they're doing the same thing for this. This is gonna be great. And the extreme mode's only a 4-man instead of an 8.
Yeah.
All right. You see, Square Enix, this is how it should be done every time you want to do a crossover.
Yeah, Don't
just make us do fucking fates.
This is smart. Although,
oh yeah, and 3 knockout, and it's over. Jackalman just put that into the chat. Yeah, you die 3 times, you're done.
Not you,
really?
Your party. If there are 3 KOs within the fight, you're done. Which is again how it happens in Monster Hunter 2.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna be very interested to see how this plays, because like my one complaint about FF14 is that. Well,
just
my
one?
But one of my chief complaints about FF14 is that the gameplay style very rarely changes. That's what I liked about Eureka.
Yeah.
It made you think differently about what you were doing inside the game. And I like that. I think that Square Enix has more ability to do unique and clever things with FF14 than they give themselves ability or credit for. You know what I mean? Like, and I think part of that comes down to fear. You know, like, you know, do the thing that you know people like, and I understand that, but they have been able to vary that up and do very, very well. So,
and the thing is that I want to see this, and I want to see people gravitate toward it and do it for a while. I don't want to see the big rush of people who do it once and nobody does it again. That's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
but I want this to be a talisman for the dev team to see and say, you know what, people really dig it when we do interesting shit with our battle mechanics.
Let's do more interesting
shit. I would be totally cool if, you know, there were a few fates like this. If this wasn't the last Monster Hunter crossover.
If it's successful enough.
If it's successous enough and I could come back and fight a Odegaron or a Tobi Kadachi or something like that.
Diablos.
Oh my God, fighting a Diablos, bro.
You know, I hope the X version is like the Pink Rathian.
Dog, this would be so great. That would be so awesome.
You know, in my head though, when they were planning this crossover, Yoshi P just brought like the usual Fate grind system to the Monster Hunter guys, and they were like, no. They pushed that off the table.
I guarantee you it was Capcom.
yeah.
I guarantee you it was Capcom that said, no, if we're gonna do it, you can't do it this way.
We're doing it right. That's right.
Dairyu in our Twitch chat saying they can do good things, but they almost never do. And I agree with that. They usually choose the safe option and, you know, choose to copy and paste previous content that's worked out for them. And, you know, think whatever you will of Eureka, it did deviate from the normal way that people play FF14. And I understand that it ended up turning into an NM train that would just go around to, you know, the different NMs. But for the first, you know, week or so, it was really
great for that first week.
It really did push people to play FF14 differently than they normally would.
And even to the point about it, oh, well, it was just an NM train in the end, at least people were still playing it instead of abandoning it like they did to Diadem.
Right.
Both of them.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Tasty Pants in the chat says it's literally fate grinding. That's what it turned into. Yeah. It turned into fate grinding. It took a week for that. The first few days where people were just trying to figure everything out.
And you had a range of levels in there as well.
Yeah, it was really, really fun. It felt a lot like 11 because you would group up, go to camp, and go in.
And there are ways to be able to iterate on the system now that you've learned once people what people do with it, what their natural tendencies are, to break those up. Will they do that is, I think, a more valid question. I don't know. And I'll be honest, Heaven on High was so disappointing and left such a bad taste in my mouth because it was just a literal almost copy and paste.
It was a deep dungeon reskin.
Exactly. That I don't know how much hope I hold out for the next Eureka. But if Square Enix is smart, they do have a lot of data floating around from, you know, their first version of this that they can effectively, you know, deviate from that and do it quite well. But will they? Who knows?
We'll be seen. Also, that drops on August 7th with the next, what was it, 4.36?
Yeah, right.
Look forward to that pretty soon.